Dave and Carla Menz of Laundromat Millionaire coming live from the Clean Show again. With another great vendor. Right now, we are at booth 1569. I've been in so many booths today. Booth 1569 with Presso. If you didn't hear our most recent podcast, we talked all about Presso with Pam. Now you're here and you can see it live. So if you are at the Clean Show, come now to booth 1569. But we have here with us today the amazing Presso Robotic Steaming Pressing Machine. We have one of the co-founders here, Nishant. We have Cam back with us as well. We're going to be doing a live demo, and also we will be showing their big reveal at the Clean Show that Cam teased us about on the podcast.
Yep.
We're going to show you their new product that they just released here at the Clean Show.
Yep. We are glad you guys are here, but the truth is, if you're here but you're not here, where the heck are you? Get over to this booth, okay? We're trying to make this guy famous. We're going to give him as much airtime as possible.
Yes, come check it out.
He did a pretty good job. He did a pretty good job on the podcast. So we're going to let him demo for you what it looks like. So if you're at the Clean Show, get over here because they have Clean Show only pricing, right? So you're going to want to talk to him before the Clean Show ends. But come over here and take a sneak peek of what a production looks like when we're live streaming. Pretty cool, but don't get in my way, okay? All right, deal. Listen, we got Nishant, one of the co-founders. We're going to do a demo here. Cam's going to walk us through the whole process of what this looks like. But before we do, Nishant, this is you and Tebow's baby, right?
Yes.
We're going to bring the other co-founder in a few minutes because we only have 4 mics. Tell us why you thought it was important for our industry to have this and a quick, like 1 minute dissertation of the evolution that you've taken in 5 years.
Yes. So it started all with a personal pain point because I'm a millennial and I do not want to wait. That's it.
Fair enough.
I want things now.
Yep.
I want my DoorDash now, my Instacart now, everything now.
Yeah.
You're asking me to wait 3 days, drive somewhere and then drive again? Or now a week in most cities in America?
Yeah.
Like, not happening.
Yep.
So what we realized when we started this, the initial idea was the microwave of garment care. The microwave experience of laundry and dry cleaning just does not feel like a chore. It's easy and convenient.
Yeah.
So we went and this evolved over time and we realized it's been such a game changer for laundromat owners that we have had everyone across the country. I think at this point, over 600 owners have requested to get a Presso and we just can't build them fast enough. And what we've learned,
problem.
I know, right? It's been phenomenal. The Clean Show experience has been amazing. So definitely come meet us. We're here all 4 days. And what we have seen now is we can actually convert a laundromat overnight into a full service laundry. You can have dry cleaning implemented in-house within a day. And you know who helps you do that? It's Cam.
Yep.
On day one. He's not going to leave unless he makes you revenue on day one and do dry cleaning with you.
And I got to say, he'll take you out to dinner too.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
Watch out.
That's right.
He'll get you some good food.
That's right. Awesome. So Cam, take it away.
We're going to do a live demo on all of our channels, okay? Cam's going to walk us through this. Now, if you didn't see the podcast we just released 3 days ago, Cam is a rock star. Cam is the tip of the spear when it comes to knowledge of the machine and how it works, and also the ROI and how to implement it. We talked about a lot of this in our podcast, so if you need more nitty-gritty, go check that out. Cam brought the heat. But we know you guys want to see what this crazy robotic microwave vending machine kind of thing does. So let's check it out, Cam. It's all you, and I'm going to step out of the way a little bit.
Yeah, good to see everybody here. We're here with the Presso machine. This is our flagship product that really started it all. This is what brings dry cleaning product, which is clean, pressed, on a hanger, in a bag, the most accessible ever, right? So no longer do we have to send something to a factory. No longer do we have to iron things by hand. All in one machine, we can do our finishing here. We talked about it on the podcast, but in order to facilitate that product, that clean pressed on a hanger in a bag, we have a 3-step process, right? We have to spot treat stains. We have to wash, which us laundromat folks, we know all about, right? We just have to use the right detergents in order to be safe for all fabric types. And then we need finishing, right? And so when we look at this process, finishing is the hardest one. Here at the Clean Show, there's tons and tons and tons of machines that do finishing, and they're awesome, right? They're awesome, but they're for a really large scale. They're for a really large scale. right? And that's not for everybody. You know, for folks in the suburbs, more rural, in a vacation place at the beach, you know, your closest dry cleaning factory might be far, far, far away. So we can bring this to places that hasn't been in a long time or perhaps never been, and we can execute this process. So we'll look at how the finishing process works here. We know about how the washing process works.
Yep.
And we sneak peeked it, and a lot of people have seen it, but the stain removal process is what we're going to talk about next. All right, so I have my demo garment here, our cotton dress shirt. I'm going to give this a good crumple up here.
Have Dave do it too.
Get it as
Dave,
tight
go
as we
for it.
can. You
He's
got
much-
big
he's
muscles,
strong.
Dave.
Can I rip it? Can I rip it?
Get it tight. Get it wrinkled.
Should I wipe my sweat on it?
You cut, we can then do a refresh.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, here we go. I hope the folks at
I'm gonna get
home,
away from the
this
machine.
is dry.
Come over
This garment is dry. This came out of our washer dryer,
hot.
for example, but it got wadded up and it's all wrinkled. I hope the folks at home can see how wrinkly this shirt is. This is a 100% cotton shirt. This is bread and butter of dry cleaning. We do a lot of these, right, Dave?
Yep.
Tell me about the mix of what you see in your dry cleaning.
Yeah,
orders. Is
so-
most of it this?
Yeah, so about 80% of what we do in our facility today is laundered shirts, is what we call it, right? A lot of people don't realize this, but when you send your shirts to be cleaned at a dry cleaner, they're laundering them. They're not dry cleaning them, and then they're pressing them, right, in a steam boiled pressing machine that is much more industrial, much more expensive, much greater impact on the environment, much more dangerous for the people to use, and much more capital intensive. So this is a way of meeting our industries of the dry cleaning industry and the laundromat industry in the middle with something that's very practical, honestly, very economical, and I think is going to revolutionize the two industries and bring us together in this middle ground. We've always said that we're sister industries, but we kind of behave as almost cousins, meaning we live in different homes. Well, the truth is, I think we're more like sisters, and this is going to bring us together in our home together. And I want to talk to you a little bit about why we just put a Presso machine in our store 2 weeks ago and why we did the podcast on it is because we believe that easily, low-lying fruit, slam dunk, we can immediately pull all of our laundered shirts away from our dry cleaner, not pay wholesale prices, launder them in our facility, in our laundromat, and press them in this machine and finish them and put them on a hanger and in a bag, and we keep all of this in-house. That allows us to do things like same-day service, which our dry cleaner can't do. Next-day service, which a lot of times our dry cleaner can't do, and reduce our expenses. We put this machine in. You can talk to them about the price, but we're going to get about a 4-month ROI on this.
Yeah.
As business owners, 4-month ROI, pretty good deal, right? Guaranteed slam dunk from the business we already have. Now, if you don't have that level of business, you might not be 4 months. You might need to build up your dry cleaning business if you're starting from scratch. We just happen to already have 6 figures in dry cleaning that we're wholesaling out. So we bring it in-house and it pays for itself in less than 6 months. So let's take a look at the technology.
Yeah, here we go. So this is the Presso machine.
If you can't see it, he has a special code you have to put in, so that way you can track.
So yeah.
He wants you to move over.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a code that you put in, so your different employees can put in their own code. You can track who did which shirts, and then after that, you get to pick what is that product, because there are different clips, there are different ways it processes specific to each product. So if you are cleaning a dress, you're going to have different clips than if you're cleaning a shirt. And I really like that Cam's going to be showing us the shirt, because what's really amazing is how the sprayers and the steamers are really customized to the type of fabric.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to point out on here real quickly, I'm going to walk back in. We need a lot of room here.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to point out real quickly here is this was originally, and maybe you'll talk about this real quick, this was originally designed with at least one of a few visions of people putting this, us laundromat owners, putting this out in the store, right? The concept, the idea, I'll let Nishant talk about this a little bit, is that the customers could walk up and it's a self-serve vending machine to press and finish their clothing, right? That was part of their iteration and their idea. Well, we've learned that there's better use cases for it, which is bringing it back of house. Can you talk about a little bit of that?
Yeah. So what we have seen, we started in a hybrid model, and we had a lot of owners that implemented full dry cleaning service. And what I found is, it's self-service. The customers that are walking in and trying to use it, they have a lot of price sensitivity. They're not going to pay anything more than like $5 max. Yeah. But as soon as you're providing a valet service, that experience, even if it's a really fast turnaround, right? People are willing to pay $10, $15 for same day service. Yep. And you can do a 2-hour rush turnaround, yep, which was never before possible. Yeah. Honestly, you could do it in 5 minutes. Because the cycle we're going to show you, it just takes 4.5 minutes to press shirt. Yeah. Just absolutely incredible. Yeah. So I think that experience with the turnaround time is what changes the game. And for the consumers like me and like all of the new generation of consumers coming in that want to give you their business, they want fast turnaround. Yeah. It's all about the fast turnaround.
Well, one thing I want to point out to people, so I talked about it a little bit with the ROI. I know that gets people really excited when they're business owners. Yeah. So the way that we are doing this, of taking it to another level, is we're bringing some of it in-house, right? Now, we're not doing that because we have a bad dry cleaner. Our dry cleaner is amazing. They're probably here. They're friends of ours. Amazing people. But the truth is, at Queen City Laundry, we're pretty aggressive and we're growing pretty fast. And they haven't been able to keep up with our productivity. So we're not trying to boot our dry cleaner. We're trying to bring everything in-house that we can to create excess supply so that we can create new margins. So one of the ways that we're doing that is if we bring 80% of the dry cleaning in-house, that frees up their team. They now have 80% capacity, right? They've been able to do next day returns for our delivery business, but not for our drop-off, and they can't do same day. They can't handle all that volume. So if I bring 80% of it in-house, they're now free to start offering another level of dry cleaning above what we're doing in-house with the specialized garments and things like that. And we can charge more for it for next day service and for even a 4-hour turnaround time. And that's for the more specialized garments, right? So we're not only saving money, we're actually creating new margins, new revenue streams, and we're increasing our top line and our bottom line. So that's how we're using it at Queen City Laundry, which is why we just put it in a few weeks ago, and we're very excited about it. All right, are we good? Are we ready?
Want to see it.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's get it moving. Let's get it moving.
Enough teasing.
All right.
So here we go on our home screen. The machine door is locked right now. So if this is on the floor of your laundromat and you don't want anyone to be messing around with it, let's say you don't have a big back of house space to put it like Dave and Carla do, we can put it out on the floor. Common place to put this machine is at the end of a bulkhead. Because why? Our water, power, and drain are already there. Very easy thing to do to punch a hole into the bulkhead and set the machine up right there. So I'll get started here. I'll unlock the machine by putting in our passcode. We can customize that passcode to whatever you want. Now my machine's unlocked. Okay, and inside of the machine, I have a variety of different ergonomics in there that I can do any garment type, right? So we say all-in-one finishing. That's because we can put any type of garment in there. I'll highlight a few things. Our main garment hanger is here, and we have balloons in the shoulders. That's what makes this really unique, right? So those balloons inflate in order to trap steam inside the sleeve, so we can execute a good press on a sleeve like this. We also use that to redirect our refresh solution and get it to where it needs to be. I'll talk more about that in a little bit. Up top here, we have our tall garment hanger, which gives us some more space to be able to do long garments, like longer jackets, dresses, etc. And here we have our pants clips, one for each leg. Pants go in upside down like so, and then we work on each leg individually. And lastly, we have our handheld precision steamer here for all of our touch-up work, for those irregular garments, dresses, etc. We need to touch things up. We have on-demand steam right here with the push of a button. Also an ironing plate on the front in order to get us a great press. So I'm going to get this garment loaded in here. And generally, I put garments in the machine the way that you would wear them. Now to go quickly, I can just do the top button and the bottom button of this shirt. I have a button done on the cuff and I slip it over the sleeve gripper here. Same on the other side. Now, you see these clips here. These are our tensioning clip system. These hold the garment in place while the machine does the hard work for us and executes our great press. So I work from back to front so that I can see what I'm doing while I'm working back here. I clip my heavy clips right on the seams. And my small finishing clips right on the very edge at the back here first. Now I'll do the front and finish these panels just perfect with these additional clips. And that's it. I'm hands-free now, and I can close the door and start the cycle. So if that gives you a sense of how quickly that can go, I know I stopped and explained some things there, but it's like a 30-second process, which is really your labor time on finishing, right? So while the cycle's running, my hands are going to be free. We'll continue our conversation while the machine works. But if I'm your staff or if I'm a single operator, I'm able to do my other tasks, right? Maybe there's a folding table right here. Maybe I'm changing over wash and dryers.
Maybe you have
I'm
two
hands-free.
pressos. Maybe you have two pressos side by side, and you load one, you hit start, and then you go over and unload the other one. Put it on a hanger, put it on a plastic bag over it, put a label on it, put it on your Z-rack, take the next one out that Cam's been over here wrinkling up, put it in the Presso machine, get it set up, put the clips on, and by the time you're done with that one, guess what you got? Ding, 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 this one's done. Maximum efficiency, we actually believe we'll be putting a second one in within 6 months, and it's for that reason. Now we're going to test one out for a while and see how much we can press it, and then press it, no pun intended, how much we can press it, and then we're going to put two in.
Cam, can you actually show us the touch controls? Because I think that is a fabulous feature, just showing you how easy this is. Those of you that do dry cleaning or have even seen dry cleaning done, it is not an easy process. It's not only difficult, but it's dangerous as far as burns and all that kind of stuff. So can you walk us through what you do as a processor?
Yeah, absolutely. So as a processor, I'm skilled and I know what I'm doing and where I'm supposed to put the clips. And how do I know that? Because we fly out and we teach you. We did that at Queen City Laundry. We do that with all of our clients. We spend 2 days. And like Nishant said, we don't leave until we're doing real business, until we're fully comfortable to run the whole process. Okay, but on the screen here for my controls of the machine, first I have to select my cycle. And that's done based off shape. We have pictures here to help. And we have a variety of cycles you can see because we can do a variety of different garment types. And we pick based on shape because the machine needs to use different techniques in order to execute the best press, right? So it doesn't do the same thing to every garment. It does different things.
I think that's really important.
Garments.
Yeah.
So I have a dress shirt here. That's our top one because it's done so frequently. And now my only other question is our cycle modifier, which is our refresh, which we didn't get a chance to talk about much yet. But that's our in-house developed chemistry that deodorizes and sanitizes. So this gives us a light wash, a light cleaning for those lightly worn garments, right? Or maybe something comes in and it's brand new. Or maybe somebody wants something in 10 minutes and you tell them, look, here's what I can do. I can knock some odors out of it. I can knock the wrinkles out of it and give you a nice pressed finished product, but I'm not going to run it through our entire stain and wash process, but I'll get that back to you in 10 minutes. You can go around the corner, you can have a coffee and you can come back and be done. That's not something that's not a service that anybody's offering unless they have a pressing machine. So that's unique too. So I'm just going to run a regular steam cycle on this one. It's a 4.5 minute cycle. The cycle won't start until the door is shut. And when the door shuts, it locks and stays shut too. So we have 4.5 minutes here to watch the machine do its thing.
So far it doesn't look like it's doing a whole lot, but
very
what's
quick.
it doing right now?
So now we're starting to move the hanger over, as you can see. And
I see a little thing
and down here at the
blowing down
bottom,
there.
Hanger, it's moving that way.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's creating tension, right?
Oh, I see steam coming out the collar.
Yeah, so you see the expansion on the underarm within the balloon.
The arms are inflating. If you can't see it, because now it's getting kind of steamy.
Yeah, so now we lose most of our visual, right? So we might as well talk about something while the machine does its work. Again, it's out of mind. I don't have to worry about this thing until it's done.
So I think it's really important that Cam, maybe you talk a little bit more about the different cycles, because one of the things that was really fascinating, full disclosure, pretty ignorant here about the machine, is when you choose the different features and cycles and itemization, the steam actually comes at the garment from different directions. It's trying to itemize that. I don't know who's better, but one of you two talk about that a little bit.
Yeah,
because
so
I think that's pretty cool. I just want to say this. So if I'm standing out here in the crowd, and we have quite a crowd, if I'm standing out there in the crowd and I'm watching this, it to me, because I can't see, it's all steamed up, it to me looks like I hung my shirt up and I shut the door and it's a steam cabinet, which is a product, right? A steam cabinet exists in the industry. It's not a new thing. That is not what this is.
No.
Can you
How is
talk a
this
little?
different?
Yeah, so what we're doing in here is our robotic tensioning process, right? Which we mentioned the garments moving back and forth. And why is that important? Because if we tension a fabric only in one direction, we only get the wrinkles out perpendicular to it. So we need to move it back and forth in order to apply that tension in different directions across the weave or across the knit so that we get all of our wrinkles out in all directions, right? So that like diagonal tension is important. And you highlighted it too, that we're doing each sleeve individually on this dress shirt, right? So I mentioned the balloon inside of the shoulder. It blows up and fills up the armhole of the shirt, and then we apply steam up from the bottom, and we've sealed off that armhole. So the only way for the steam to get out is through the garment, which is what executes that spectacular press. So it does one sleeve, it does the other sleeve, and while it's passing through the middle, we have a robotic steam injector that's pointing in all different directions. And we saw it at the bottom there. I say it's dancing, right? And I tell my clients to make sure that thing's dancing because it really improves our quality, because it's not just soaking in the steam. We have that steam hitting the garment, passing through the garment, and that's what gets us to that magic temperature and humidity that executes a great press.
I'll add something there. So on that, the bottom thing, the volcano, because that movement is so important, because this creates a chaotic environment. So the steam itself is so pressurized that it literally exerts the tensioning, but in a very soft way, but in every possible direction. That's why it feels like a press look without physical pressing, which is actually better for garments.
I was just going to mention that it has to be better. I don't think I'm not a dry cleaner, okay, full disclosure, but I don't think we as an industry, dry cleaners probably know this, but I don't think most laundromat owners understand how harsh the dry cleaning process is between the chemicals and the steam temperatures on a garment. The dry cleaning process is actually destroying your clothes every time you do that. The more harsh you put it under, the more the hotter the steam, the heavier the crease, right, which looks really nice. That's actually melting the fabrics. That's how the crease becomes permanent. And I don't think people realize that that's happening. Now, of course, some people like your creases, and that's fine, but this is a much softer process. When we came out to your facility in Atlanta, you took us in the back room and you showed us.
I have it right there.
Okay.
Go grab it.
Thank you. What he's going to show us is they took us in the back room at their factory and they showed us garments that were dry clean. I'll let you explain it because I'll mess it up.
Notice these
Look
shirts.
at the difference in these.
These are the exact same shirt, purchased at the exact same time. What's the difference?
15 cycles in a presso, 15 cycles in a cold wash. Regular process that dry cleaner would use and pressing.
Yep.
Like, look at the difference, and look at the fading, look at the collars curving up. It's just incomparable. There's another pants we have. It looks like this is a different pants.
Yeah.
You gotta just bought it and nobody would know they were the same pants.
Yeah,
That's what it does.
fading and even the little like fuzzies on the fabric that you probably can't see online. Wow.
Yeah, we did an actual microscopic study, like on a little patches of fabric, and we did a whole math on this. Clothes last 8 times longer if you just press it. It's literally gonna feel like you can wear the garment forever. It's gonna look like new the day you bought it.
Now, you may not think that your customers will notice that because they won't see 2 shirts side by side, but what they will notice is that, man, you must be really good at what you do because my clothes last longer than they used to. They won't probably get this other than maybe on your website, but they will understand that their garments look better, longer, and last longer, and they look nicer. They won't understand this is a softer way to care for garments. So that's just something I wanted to point out. Are we done?
I think we're done over here.
Let's see what we got. See what we got.
Time flies when you're having fun, right? So here we are. Here we have our finished garment. We'll let the camera get a look at that inside of the machine there. You can see it's ballooned up and puffed, right?
And down here, before you unhook it, that's your dancing man, right?
Yeah, down here, we'll see this guy. We'll show this guy. Yeah, so the volcano guy is down here. He's done his dance and done the hard work for us to execute this perfect press.
Wow.
Remember how Dave crunched this up?
Yeah.
So it was good.
I like too that y'all picked a striped shirt so you can really see.
You can really
how
see.
straight it
This is perfect, top to bottom.
And once again, I want to stress, if you've ever seen a dry cleaning process happen, it's an art. Like they're people that operate presses and dry cleaning are artists, right? It's a skilled position, which of course means what? Higher labor rates, right? Anyone can use this machine because it was made to be out in the public. Now, that's not how we're using it at Queen City Laundry, but the ease of use. Cam dropped this machine in, did 3 or 4 shirts, maybe a pair of pants, and he stepped out of the way and handed one to our GM and assistant GM. It was like, hey, give it a try. You know what they did? They just walked up, hit a few buttons, shut the machine. Maybe he guided them on the clips the first time, and they pressed an item within a matter of 5 minutes.
That's right.
Right? Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, training is the easy part of my job.
Yeah.
I love it. I love to be out there, but it always goes very easy. We get great buy-in from our great operators. Your staff is one of the best, right? For the buy-in and the care and attention, right?
Yeah.
And if we're careful and we do the little things, right? And we figure it out, honestly.
So that-
right?
so
By the
that's-
end of the first day, you're a pro.
Yeah. And that's one of the things I want to point out when I talk about this meeting in the middle of our industry. We as laundromat owners, most of us want nothing to do with becoming a dry cleaner, but we want to do dry cleaning.
We
Right?
want the revenue of dry cleaning.
We want the
without
revenue.
doing the dry cleaning.
We even want the service, but we don't want the high labor rates. We don't want the harsh chemicals. We don't want those things, right? This is a middle ground where we can bring it in, right? It's a middle ground where I can take some of the capacity from my dry cleaner, who I push to the edge of their limits, and increase their capacity, and then do those next day returns and same day returns with a higher quality specialty items that maybe this machine isn't designed to do. Now, I might have just misspoke. So I want to hear your thoughts on, you guys pretty strongly believe that you can do anything, maybe not wedding dresses and comforters,
And not leather.
what is that?
Told me not leather.
Maybe that 20% I'm referring to is actually 2. So tell me, because you know more than me.
Yes. So I know, Cam, you've been to a lot of different customers. I know some. We have some in California that have been doing dry cleaning with Presso full in-house.
Yeah.
We don't even call it dry cleaning now. We call it wet cleaning, because that's what most of the industries anyway.
Yep.
They're modernizing and they're doing better and less toxic chemicals.
Yep.
But for a laundromat owner, it's those kind of chemicals is just inaccessible. You can't buy them retail. You can't buy them online. So when Cam goes on site, we've been training people on, all right, you get this specialty item. How do you do it with the Presso?
Yeah.
How do you do finishing with the Presso, and how do you do the pre-treatment with the Presso?
Yeah.
So what we have seen, we have plenty of owners now, and I think that's part of our onboarding process. Within 3 months, we're going to get you to do all of the, 100% of dry cleaning in-house.
I'm game. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Because those specialty items you charge the most for, and they're actually the cheapest for you to do if you do it with the Presso and the Presso way.
Yeah.
Cam, you want to give a few references of a few customers? You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to shout out some people who we've seen here.
Sure.
Cleo of Fresh Laundries. You may have seen him also featured on our Instagram and socials and stuff like that. He's been a pioneer for us and a real champion for us. When he was so confident and I was so confident that before I showed up to install his machine, he told his dry cleaner not to come pick up.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when I showed up there, we had dry cleaning orders hanging up. And I put the machine in and we went through the process, right? We used the delicate detergents to wash things. We went to town on stains. We go the extra mile because you're charging by the garment.
Yep.
There's expectations for stain removal,
Yep.
right? But we can wash anything in a washing machine with the right detergent.
Yeah.
Wet cleaning is the process to achieve the dry cleaning product, the result that we hand back clean pressed on a hanger in a bag, right? And so Cleo does everything from day one. He has not sent anything out to the dry cleaner separate. You mentioned wedding dresses. It can be done.
Really?
The only way that people do wedding dresses, most of them.
He did it. He was the first one to do a
Really?
wedding dress. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And also,
Unless
so did
it was a
Lindsay.
leather
Lindsay
wedding
also
dress.
did it.
Lindsay's dry dresses. Yeah.
No leather wedding
getting very
dress.
technical.
Sorry.
No. And you take a lot of time with it, but that's why that's a several $100 item.
Yeah.
Correct.
You get it hung up high. You go layer by layer. You go to town with hand steam.
Yep.
It's a high effort process, but it's something that can absolutely be done without crazy tools. And that's the same way that the dry cleaners are doing it too. The conventional equipment. If anyone on the floor here at the Clean Show, I guess most of these people aren't here at the Clean Show, but if anybody finds a dress machine here on the floor, please come find me because I want to see it. All dresses are different. They have to be done by hand.
Yeah.
There's
That's
no
why
one
it commands a
machine
price.
for it.
Yeah.
That's what it costs them. Yeah.
And we've talked a lot about our experience being laundromat owners, how we're utilizing Presso, but I don't want to forget to mention you don't have to be a laundromat. You've also had a lot of success with drop stores, the dry cleaning drop store.
Yeah.
But instead of just being dry cleaning drop store, they're actually a dry cleaning plan. We talked about this on our podcast more in depth if you want to check that out.
Yeah.
But you literally have a client in Portland, Oregon, who opened up a 400 square foot
470 square feet.
Yeah, drop store. And literally, they're doing all the dry cleaning with a couple of Presso machines, washers, and dryers.
Yeah.
It's an idea, guys.
Yep.
So even if you're not a laundromat, there's still other ways we can use the Presso machine. But before we run out of time, we teased everyone on our podcast about there was going to be a big reveal of a new product here at the Clean Show, and we need to go check that out.
And I just want to say one thing. So I think it's super cool that you guys are smart enough to build this, okay? Like, you could have stopped here and just continued to tweak this and innovate this. And that's what most people would have done. But what you did is you looked at this and said, okay, what other pain points are owners coming to us with and saying, but it can't do this. It can't do this. And if I'm going to bring this in-house in my laundromat, I need this, or I need a specialist to do X, Y, and Z. And that's where this new product line came from. And so we're going to show you what it is in just a second. But the one thing I do want to, I guess what I would ask Nishant is, can you talk through the process of realizing there's a problem, recognizing that you are engineers, and so you can solve that problem with this problem. And I can't imagine what's next after this, but I'm sure you got more in your mind. I don't know if you can talk about it yet, but just talk about the new baby.
All right. So the biggest requested feature / product from our laundromat customers was, guys, we got the Presso, we got the air washing, we got the air pressing, we can finish stuff, and it's all great. But that 20% cases where somebody has a stain, but now I want to charge dry cleaning prices. I want to be able to call myself a dry cleaning service. But I can't do that unless I can get out that stain. And you get every variety of stains, combinations, food, wine, you name it, inks, whatever. And what the Cleo was actually the first one in Fairfield, California. Who was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to figure it out. We didn't have a solution for you, Cleo. I think here's some retail products maybe you can try. We're trying as well. This guy went out there, did the hard stuff of talking to so many people, finding a distributor, finding chemicals, and then having someone training them on a little bit, okay, use this scrub, bought all the bunch of different things on like whatever all the tools are. Somehow managed to figure out how to remove spots from garments. The hard, grueling way. And in his learning, in his process, he didn't even go the mile of like trying to talk to try to get the dry cleaning chemicals, because you cannot buy the professional spot treatment chemicals online. You can't even buy them retail. You know how you get them? How hard it was for us to get them? We called the company and they wouldn't give it to us. It's just not possible. You have to find a distributor in your neighborhood. And you're stuck to whatever they have.
That is because some of them are dangerous.
It is.
They're controlled substances, right?
Yeah, they are. They have safety data sheets. You have to wear gloves, sometimes masks, like depends on what you use. And we're like, who's gonna do that? Like we understand laundromat owners. We have now been with you guys for like 2.5 years in learning and improving the product. So we know that's not possible. Even with putting in that much effort, Cleo did not go and try that, because that's just too out there. Only a company could go out and maybe put some resources and energy behind it, right? And the second thing is, all right, let's say you found the chemicals. Now what? You're going to buy a $5,000 spotting table and hire a spotter, a trained
which is a specialist, high labor rates,
and you have to find them. How many spotters exist?
I've never heard of a spotter.
I don't even know. How do you find one?
Maybe for cheerleading.
And you know what I've heard at the show, what happens, what's the tradition? Let's say you have an employee who's open to becoming a spotter, then you send them for a course for 3 weeks, spend like a couple of grand or even more to get them trained on spotting. Then they are the ones who find a distributor, get you the chemicals on the spotting table. But that's not enough. Now you as a laundromat owner have to have a boiler. A whole steamer has to plug in to the spotting table. Spotting table does not come with air compressor or steamer. You need to have a plant to have that.
I had no idea the spot treatment was this involved. Honestly.
How do you do that? So you need a boiler. I don't even know. I think that's like over 100 grand. You need a massive boiler, and you need an air compressing unit. And then all these lines, who's gonna connect it? You can't just plug and play. You have to have a technician come in and do this. And if you look at any of the equipment, they break. They have so much. It's so industrial. You need professional trained technicians to handle those. That's what you gotta do to remove spots. That's 20% of your problem. And once we realized that, because Cleo was going through the paces And as soon as that happened, like we're giving out machines and people are implementing dry cleanings. Everybody's going like, not a single laundromat owner went the distance to figure out how to implement spotting. Because I'm yet to meet a laundromat owner that's doing spotting at the laundromat. Nobody does it. Because it's impossible for a laundromat owner and for you to expect them to step in. If you're a dry cleaner, totally understand, and it's a very professional process, and they have the spotter, they have everything. Great. But what about us? What about the rest of the industry?
What about us? Show
What
us.
about us?
Show us.
Right?
You've been teasing us for weeks. Show us this thing.
All right, let's go.
Over there,
And we're going to figure out all the things I just talked about. We're going to show you how a laundromat owner can do spot treatment without any of the stuff I just talked about.
Let's go check it out. And
Let's go over here.
Nishant, before you tell us about this, which is, I'm so excited to see this. I've been told about this for a little while now. Who's this new guy just walked into the frame? He must matter around here.
What's up, Dave?
That's
How are you,
Thibaut.
brother?
I'm
Good
amazing
to see
already.
you.
Likewise.
Thibaut, our co-founder and CTO. He and his whole team is behind the tech, which is our new product we call the Air Touch. Thibaut, you want to tell us a little bit about it?
I'd love to.
Yes.
So this is our Air Touch machine, which is an automated spotting table. With the biggest features that we've implemented in here is making sure that you don't need to have the whole knowledge around what chemicals to use for what stains. And it's as simple as saying if it's a wine spot, is it foundation, if it's blood. And even if you don't know exactly what it is, the machine will go through a few different cycles, use different liquids until it's completely gone.
That I love. I was about to ask you, what happens when you don't know what that stain is?
A lot of times
You hit
So many
unknown.
times we have
You
no
hit,
idea.
I don't know, and the
Yes.
machine knows.
So I have a question, and I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyways. So was this designed to be also for the everyman in the same way? This is not a specialty whatever.
Correct.
I don't need to be anything or anyone special.
No, yeah.
Any special stain removal mindset or
I
knowledge.
don't have to take the
I don't have to
spotting
go to a
course.
spotting college.
You know, today at the Clean Show,
Yeah.
we had people do demos.
Yeah.
We like literally, I was like, can you do a demo? And it's so easy, they just did it.
Yeah.
And we're going to show you literally.
Awesome.
Dave, you actually haven't seen this. And
No,
Carla, you
no,
too.
I haven't.
You
Okay.
both are
So
literally
I'm
seeing this for
gonna,
the
I
first
know
time.
we're live streaming. This may
Yes.
blow up in my face.
Yeah.
Can we have Carla do this?
I would
Oh,
love
Yes, that's amazing.
Let's do it.
Carla,
Put
you've
me on
never
the
done
spot,
it.
literally.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let's
let me
see how
know.
easy it is.
Yes.
All right. Oh,
Here, Carla, you
Okay.
can choose any wine spot.
okay. I'm
All
going
the
to
wine
take this one
stains
I'll
right
have
here.
that next to you.
Okay.
Should I guess what it is? I'm thinking grape
It's all
juice,
wine.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's all wine. Okay. You
So
did
it's
all
the
wine.
hard
winos.
one, so we took the wine.
Okay.
So-
All
I'll
right.
step out of the way. Go ahead.
You're all good.
We use a
So what
laser
do I
to
do?
guide you where to put the stain. So if you put
So
it
you
on the
grab your
vacuum board-
stain and put it
Okay.
right in the
So
center.
there is, if you can't
Yes.
see it, there's like a little target, a little green target thing. So I'm going to lay my stain
Oh,
right
right.
there.
Perfect.
Oh, it's
That's
like little
cool.
lasers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do I
That's
need
it.
to get
that's
it like
perfect. That's
perfectly
perfect.
centered?
No,
Okay.
it's all good.
All
You
right.
can even
he's
tuck it in
centered.
there.
You can tuck it in
Nice.
there.
Tuck it so it doesn't fall.
So you can see the logo as well.
By the way, I am not a person that does laundry. There's a
No.
reason we do pick up and delivery, and so they can do my laundry. All right, what do I do next?
So there's a bunch of different options
Oh,
here,
yes.
and you just pick what the stain is, right? So
Okay.
in case this
So
is
I think this is wine.
Yeah, so, but before you do
But
it,
can I do a no?
so let me talk about this. So
Okay.
basically, one of the biggest blockers, right, is to know what chemicals to use and where to get them. Guess what? Air Touch already comes with the 5 chemicals we have found, and we're still refining this.
Wait a
But
second. It's got all
It's
the
got
chemicals in
everything.
here.
It's
Everything
just
is
this
inside.
machine.
Would I
Everything
mess
is
you
in
up
there.
if we open it?
it's gonna take a while. We gotta take some screws
Okay.
out.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Never
So
mind.
like when we run
I'm
out
really
of
getting crazy
chemicals,
now.
We'll
when
show
we
you
run
that.
out of chemicals, then we buy more
It
from you.
automatically
Yeah.
comes in. You never call us for chemicals.
Oh,
We're,
it's
we're
like-
not that company.
It's like a subscription.
It just knows. So you just kind of
Okay.
pay for the chemicals as you use.
Okay,
So
awesome.
the machine connects with the internet just like the Presso, and we get notifications on you too if it's running low, and we'll ship it bottle A, bottle B,
Hold
printer
on,
and ink.
hold on.
That's
I
it.
actually didn't even know this.
Yes.
So you're saying the refresh and other things that are in here,
Yeah.
you're connected to this from the cloud
Yes.
and to this.
Yes.
And when these chemicals and those chemicals get low, you just send them to me.
Correct.
I don't have
I'm
to
sure-
notify you.
Yes,
That
I'm
is
sure
awesome.
Yes.
Cam told me that, but I don't have a great memory. That is really
Yeah.
super cool.
Yes.
That is
yes,
awesome.
for sure.
All right.
So here,
All right.
like a normal
What
person,
about the stain size thing?
so it's basically it defaults to a typical size, but you
Okay.
can go up to an XL, which like covers almost the whole thing. And you
Okay.
can go really small if it's just a spot. And
About
what that
medium.
does is just controls the amount of chemical, the angles at which we spray, and how we take it out. Just
Okay.
changes the time a little bit. but like it's really fast, you'll see.
So is a medium about the size
Yes,
of the
that's
circle?
perfect.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
So typically, if you're a dry cleaner, you need to know all these words: a tannin, a wet dry, a this or a that, a neutralize. I don't even know all the words. Our chemical guy learned. He's over there. He learned all the words and got all the chemicals from all the different companies. And we've been testing and refining and figuring out what is the best non-toxic chemistry for each category of stain from which company.
You know, you glossed over that real quickly.
Yes.
The best non-toxic.
Non-toxic.
You-
Very
you-
important.
Eco-friendly
you
people.
breezed right over
Part
that.
of the ethos of our company, right? We don't want to kill anybody in 20 years, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's very straightforward.
Yes. So
All
we're
right.
doing the heavy work of figuring out what's the right chemistry
Yeah.
and go figure out how to get that to you. So you
Yeah.
never have to go talk distributors, find them, find the chemistry, and just be locked into one type of chemicals.
Yeah.
No, we're just gonna get you the best one.
Yeah.
And
So cool.
over here, you never need to know what chemical you're actually using. Is this a normal person? It's fine. It's coffee. It's juice, or I don't know. And if it's organic fats and oils, makeup and paint, milk.
If you do know, it will just help with the time frame at which you can tackle your stains.
Okay.
If you don't, it'll take a little longer, and that's it.
Okay. So for time, let's say
Let's
I
do
know
wine.
it's wine.
Go for it. So,
All right.
first step here, you'll see some
Do
liquids
Do I
will
need
get
to put this
dispensed.
back
No,
on?
Oh, you're all good.
Okay.
So this is where we give users the option to scrub if they need to,
Oh.
especially for those baked-in stains that have already been
I don't want to
dried.
scrub.
Exactly. So let's not. This is just a quick cover, not necessary, but so it doesn't blow in our eyes.
Yes.
And you can just skip it right there. If you
Okay,
want to,
so I
just
can
go to
skip
the
my
next step.
scrub time.
Yeah.
They're
And that's
literally
it.
seeing this on the
Steaming
first.
Is that all it
40
takes?
seconds.
That's
That's
it?
it. Done.
And
You
this
can
thing
walk
should be
away. You can do
completely
presso.
gone.
You can do wash and fall, whatever. Walk away. It's gonna look
Right
at it.
there. So that's it.
This is what a professional spotter would do manually by hand.
Hey, they got upside down
It's
tornado.
not hot or anything.
It's connected to a presso.
It's steam, but it's not too hot. Like I'm fine. I didn't know I was going to get a face steam.
I know, it's
Nice,
great.
like a soft
Opens up the
treatment.
floor.
There's another business model in here somewhere.
This is amazing. 6 seconds left.
I can't believe it's only 40 seconds.
So it's there.
And that's
Look at that.
so now check it out.
So that's that. Now that this
Okay.
process is done,
It does have, it says like an air dry. So it
Oh.
says, if you can't read it, it says, how did it go? Does the stain reduced or it's fully removed or no effect? And do I want an air dry?
so
So
it can
I'm
look
looking, it is fully removed. That stain is
fully
gone.
gone.
So if I click stain fully removed, will
Go
it
for it.
automatically?
And now it's
I'm
gonna start
for you.
drying.
Now it's doing a 2-minute air dry for me. How cool is
Done. You
that?
can walk away again.
And if you have one of these guys, you don't even need to do this stuff. You just pop it in the presso, they'll iron it, and it's
dry.
ready to bag and
So
give
you
back to
can
your
put that in
customer.
there wet.
Completely wet,
And
and it'll
it'll
take
dry.
care of it. Completely dry.
That is amazing.
Okay,
All right, so big question. When are we getting this?
so next week.
Very soon.
Next week.
Very soon. Don't worry.
So at Clean Show, we're basically we've gotten a ton of demand. People have gone like it's just
Ham.
incredible ham over there.
Yeah.
And we are starting to now take reservations on the show at the show pricing. So definitely come check us out at booth 1569 if you want to lock in your air touch. So that's air wash and air press. This is the air touch.
So I want to point something out before we go.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can we pan out a little, John? So I want to point something out just because I'm thinking of like every avenue possible. I could see you selling a lot of these. Okay. I don't know what that number is. Tens of thousands, probably. I could see you selling 3 times the amount of those. And the reason why is not everybody wants to offer dry cleaning. And the ones that do sometimes have a great dry cleaner and they can keep up with demand and they just don't want another widget. And they're like, that's great, but I don't want to bring it in house. I could see anyone that does wash, dry, fold, and pick up a delivery. Every single one of them should want this. So like,
Also, it's
there is
smaller.
a lot bigger
Yeah, it's actually
use
much
case.
smaller than a spotting table.
Oh yeah.
What about like the hookups? Is this just like
Great.
plug in?
Very
Oh
easy.
yeah. Good
It's a
question.
very simple 110-volt power plug, and then
A drain,
currently
that's
a drain, yeah, and it's currently hooked up to the boiler here. But if you have a boiler at your facility already, just plug and play.
Oh,
Like
nice.
basically the point is like an ATM machine, you just put it in and
That's it.
it's good to go.
Oh,
Anybody
wow.
can do it, any attendant.
Okay.
Carla
I
did
hope you
this.
can see
Carla
it. So
did
I know
this.
there's other spots there, but that one was right
Hold it up
here.
a little more light. You can see where it was. Where
This
was
is
that?
where it
Dry.
was.
That's a dry spot right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that's the dry
it's wet
spot where
around
it
it,
dried
right?
it.
Yeah, it's a little
So I
wet
didn't
around
see
it.
other
Yeah.
spots there, but that one is fully removed. Like I cannot see even a trace of it.
Wow.
This is amazing.
Okay, so one question I
is
have:
amazing.
when were
Yeah.
these stains put in?
I think in the
Some of
morning,
them were in the morning, some of them yesterday. But
Okay.
when we do testing, obviously we want to make sure we test like very old stains,
Sure.
very baked in stains.
Because we all know
right?
that's harder.
Yeah.
It's
to
so
do.
much harder.
How does this adjust to that? Like I noticed you could run it through again.
Correct.
Yeah. If it wasn't
Does
fully
it do?
So
Is
we
that
will,
the answer all the time?
no way.
Okay.
We have functionality in place once these get deployed where people can say, you know, this is a really tough stain. Just do like 2 extra
Right.
minutes already from the get-go.
Extra soap.
Right? Or
Right.
you also have the functionality of like, hey, this is a very delicate garment. Reduce the pressure a little bit so we don't ruin any
Yeah.
garments. Or this is a thicker one, like a towel or
Yeah.
whatever it might be, right? These are all things we're playing with, working with, and optimizing for.
Yeah.
and then
What
nothing else.
about? Oh, sorry. What about like what I call baked in stains?
Yeah.
So they have already like washed and dried.
Dry.
I know,
this
those are
garment.
the worst ones.
They are.
Can it
for
do
sure.
them, or what luck
A
have you
few
had?
ones we've been
Okay.
able to do no problem. And then there's other ones that we need to optimize for by adjusting the right liquid with movement situation.
So you keep saying like there's still adjustments. So this product is amazing, but it's going to get even better.
This is a
What
prototype.
happens? Okay, what happens if I get this in my store? You make it better. Do I have to buy a new one, or are you going to come out and make mine better?
These machines have been out in the field for 6 years.
I've never in 15 years heard her refer to Queen City Laundry as my store. I might tear up a little, guys.
Our
Hey, at least it's on
store.
camera.
No. I took me 15 years and I've completely and totally indoctrinated her.
Okay, I'm a laundry nerd.
She's a laundry nerd.
Anyway, back to
Yes.
what you
So
updated.
these machines we've been, focused on the last 6 years, and these are very backwards compatible. And that same model, we're doing the same here, right? So if you buy it now and you're one of our early adopters, we'll support you throughout the lifetime of this machine. No problem.
I think the biggest thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add things like fabric selection, because with different fabrics, different pressures matter, and we have basically not had any time to do all the chemical tests. We have all the chemicals in it that a professional spotter would use, and like chemical A, B, C, D, E. For like you hit unknown, it's gonna go with the best first chemical and the best next second chemical.
And from least
yeah.
invasive to more
More
invasive.
invasive.
Because
Does it,
Okay.
so like
Garments-
after it introduces each one, does it ask you, is it
Correct.
out yet?
Yes.
Yes.
And if not, okay, let's try the slightly more
Correct.
invasive one. Okay. All right. That explains why it takes longer if you don't know.
Correct.
The
Yeah.
goal is like get it out with as little chemical and as little invasion as possible, and get it. Yeah, just get it, and it's going to be even faster.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
yeah, the magic is because we have already taken all that intelligence and ground knowledge that a spotter in dry cleaning would have, and put that intelligence inside the machine. It knows, like for wine, for example, you might have what they call a combination stain, that it's a wine. It might also have oil or something else that's sprayed on it. So it's gonna go with A. Let's say it took the wine out, but there's now some other stain.
Yeah.
It's gonna go B, and B is likely gonna take it all out.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, it's gonna do C. And you never need to know what is A, B, or C. That's the best part.
You just push the buttons and answer the question.
Yes.
Exactly. And you
Anyone can do
other
it.
things in the
You know, it just occurred to me. I'm curious. I'm sure you guys have thought of this, but my mind just keeps going. So, Josh, let me know where we are in time. I could see every dry cleaner on the planet wanting this.
That's what's going on.
Yeah,
It just
I
started,
could see that
started
happening.
today. Yeah.
Like, no, he made this for me. You don't get it. No.
I
Okay.
see them wanting this and this. I
Oh,
mean,
for
how
sure.
much
Yeah,
easier is
For
that?
sure.
I mean,
I'm
really,
curious,
it's
and I'm
amazing.
totally like putting them on the spot again.
Yes.
Have you sold any of these to dry cleaners?
Dry cleaners.
Not
They
as
might
much.
not,
And
not
the
as
main
well, sure,
reason
not
is
as much.
they already have their
Yeah,
equipment.
yeah,
They
yeah.
already have their
Invested in.
people.
Yeah.
I'm
However,
just curious if there, and I can't think of one, but I'm curious the use case
Yeah.
of this in a
Oh,
dry
yeah.
cleaning
I've seen
plant.
So,
a couple. I've done
there's
a couple today.
especially also people stepping into the industry, into the dry cleaning business.
Yeah.
They're going to this versus the existing equipment, just
Right.
also price range, flexibility,
Yeah,
ease, those kind
Yeah.
of things. And
Well,
we
as
also
that
have
with that equipment they do have ages out.
exactly they
Yeah,
replace it
that's
with
part of
this.
that,
Yeah.
And we also have some customers that got rid of all their dry cleaning equipment and put a Presso instead.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
But for the air touch, we have seen such an intensely
Massive.
massive response.
I believe it.
We have and I've heard some terms today only from cleaners that I didn't even know. So there's use case. I'm just gonna throw it out there. If you're a dry cleaner you're listening, it's probably gonna speak to you. So I've heard, and we have like testimonials from dry cleaners. They said all right, while my guy is pressing and he sees a spot that the spotter missed, he can quickly do it right there.
Yeah.
And because this dries as well, I don't have to have it go again through wet cleaning or dry cleaning. I can ship it out and save a lot of margin on
Yeah.
that garment.
Yeah.
Second is reduce. Third is your spotter doesn't show up or is not there. He or she left for this shift.
Yeah.
And now you have other people doing it. Anybody could do this.
Yeah.
You could even put this half retail and charge $5 per person.
Even Carla can do it, you guys.
Just
Hey.
now, no training. She had never seen the product
Never.
before.
First
No.
And I am not the most domestic person, I will be honest. So if I can do it, a 2-year-old can do it.
Awesome. Before we let everyone go back home and even here at the show, what are we missing? Either one of you. What have we not covered between these two machines? And if there isn't anything, tell people, obviously, they need to come over to the booth. But you had said that there's a special clean show price.
Yeah.
I know you don't want
Why
to
should they come to booth 1569?
Well, the bottom line is you're gonna save a ton. If you want these products, this is the best time to do it, especially not just for the Presso, also for the Air Touch. What we have now committed to is, turns out, it's gonna be such an amazing deal for whoever comes in. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
And it's a limited time offer,
Limited
clean
time.
show offer, people.
And
clean
we
show.
offer 100% financing, and we have offers for financing as well. The clean show financing offer also is there, and it's right there. So we have a whole team. There's a lot of crowd here, really, really busy. Come see us, and the shipments
Last
you
thing.
should tell about the deadline.
Anybody that during the clean show puts a deposit down for
Oh, yes,
either
I
machine
forgot that.
is going to be put in a raffle, and somebody's walking home with a free Air Touch at the end of the show.
Me.
Oh,
I want
nice.
it. I want it. Wow. That's
Literally,
pretty
not
cool.
kidding. We're literally putting
We're
on
not
raffles
kidding.
right there.
Correct.
For each Presso you deposit for, you get entered into one raffle ticket.
Correct.
So I know this is going to live on our streams forever, right? So we don't want to give prices
Yes.
because 3 years from now, of course,
Correct.
inflation
Yes.
happens. But I just want to say, I am aware of the price today. Obviously, I bought one of these, and we are going to buy one of these. But let me tell you, these are very economical. You
Oh,
might
yeah.
be sitting at home or at the clean show and thinking that this is the cost of a Santa wash or a Hydro Perfect pour, which are amazing products in and of themselves.
And they are totally worth it.
And they
too.
are worth it, but it's
But
not. It's not even in
ROI
the
of
ballpark.
like 3 to 4 months.
That's
on a
why
Presso
when
for
we
us.
say ROI 3 to 4 months, we're not kidding around. You should come check this out. And if you're interested in buying one now, put a deposit down. Maybe you'll even get that for free. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
If I don't get it.
Yes.
So we're about out of time, but if you're here at the Clean Show, remember booth 1569 Presso. You are going to want to stop by, check them out, put that deposit down so you can possibly win a new free Air Touch spotter machine. And it is super easy to use and super amazing. So definitely stop by, check them out. If you're not here at the Clean Show, go online, getpresso.com, check them out online. And once again, you want to get on the list because they're having trouble keeping up with demand, people. You got to get on there.
Last thing I'll leave you with, tell them we sent you. Tell them Dave at Laundromat Millionaire sent you. You saw
Yes.
it on our live stream. All right. Anything
All right,
else,
thank
guys?
you guys. Thank you so
That's it.
much.
Thanks for
Thank
coming.
Thank
you,
you,
everyone. Thank you
everyone.
for your
Appreciate
time.
everyone. Everyone that's here watching live, thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Well, have a good day. Take care, everybody.